What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. On today's episode, we have to talk about the Bulls officially shutting down Lonzo Ball for the rest of the season. That includes the playoffs, as well as their game coming up against the Boston Celtics, what they can and should do to hopefully seal a victory against the Boston Celtics. We'll talk about all that and some more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
So Bulls fans, if you've been watching me for a while, the news has officially come down that I've been telling you guys to expect for quite a while. And that is that Lonzo Ball is officially now shut down for the rest of the season, including the postseason. Now, what that means for Lonzo Ball is that they didn't see it. Now, like I've said before, and I've been saying this almost since Lonzo Ball's surgery happened, is that he had the same surgery before. It was earlier in the season than what he had it this season, and he missed the rest of that season. Once the bone bruise and everything started coming, once they had to slow him down and shut him down for 10 more days, and then after the ramp up again, he still was feeling discomfort. The writing was on the wall when it comes to this, and I don't say this to be I told you so, because this sucks. This is not something that I wanted. This is not something that I hoped for. I really wanted to see Lonzo Ball get some playoff experience, play with this team, and see what the Bulls could do, getting everybody back and seeing Lonzo Ball, Patrick Williams in the same lineup. Unfortunately, we're going to be waiting until the 2022-2023 season before we see that. With that being said, overall, I do hope for a speedy recovery for Lonzo Ball. This sucks, right? For a player that is really, I think now that for people who don't really appreciate it, don't realize just how much Lonzo Ball was the motor in certain areas for this team. Man, like it's definitely felt out there. Now with Lonzo Ball not being there, that means we're going to have to go through the rest of the season, the 3 games that we have left, on top of the postseason, however long that lasts for the Chicago Bulls, with either Ayo or Alex Caruso being our starting point guard. So I want to ask you guys this down below. With the news that Lonzo Ball is officially out and done for the rest of the season and the postseason, who do you think should be the starting point guard going forward? Do you think it should be Ayo Dosunmu? Do you think it should be Alex Caruso? Let me know all that down below. Also, one of the things that we have seen, and I've talked about very heavily in the post-game show after last game, is that Patrick Williams is here. Patrick Williams is back. Patrick Williams is showing, hey, listen, I got some things to show you and the NBA. For anyone who said that they don't see it with Patrick Williams, and still, I can still understand objectively people saying that they don't necessarily see a star with Patrick Williams. I understand that. The potential is super high with him. I'm not saying that that's what I see, but I can understand some people who don't quite see that for Patrick Williams right now. Now, with all that being said, I think Patrick Williams is showing he is stepping up. As he gets more minutes, he is showing, hey, no, listen, I'm here. I'm still Patrick Williams. I'm still only the 22-year-old possible phenom we may see continue to develop in this NBA and for the Chicago Bulls team. Now, all that paired up, I hope that the Bulls do keep Patrick Williams in the starting lineup. So what that would mean, especially with Zach LaVine's back, that means that either Ayo or Caruso would have to go back to the bench. So that's why I do present that question. Again, let me know down below, who would you rather see be the starting point guard down below? And let's talk about something else. The Bulls have the Boston Celtics coming in town today. We're winding down the season. The Bulls need a win, right? It really feel good to get another couple of wins before the playoffs start, especially with everything going on. Zach LaVine is probably going to play in this game. I haven't seen anything to say that he's going to be out. So hopefully Zach LaVine plays. We've seen Zach LaVine put up some pretty good numbers, even with dealing with this knee management issue and things like that. What does Zach LaVine and how much can he give the Bulls? DeMar damn near would have probably dropped a 50-piece had he not been shut down in the fourth quarter last game. Getting everyone back, this team, can they score with the Boston Celtics? Absolutely. But if the defense does not step in and do the things that we need the defense to do to kind of match it or maintain the game, it can get very ugly. The Bulls are doing a lot of the little things that we've seen. They haven't gotten egregiously out-rebounded even in the last few losses. They've been keeping the turnovers down for the most part and matching the other team's turnovers. So things like that, if the Bulls can come in and do those nitty-gritty things as well as scoring, but lock in defensively, right, with the effort. Yes, we don't have Lonzo Ball. Alex Caruso is hobbled. All those things are true. But if the Bulls can do enough with the energy, we can possibly get a win against the Boston Celtics. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying that I should think anybody should pick the Chicago Bulls right now, but the Bulls can do enough to get to that point, and I hope that they do. Zach LaVine, heading into the playoffs, the question's been asked, do they give Zach, do they give DeMar a rest? What do they do there? I think if the Bulls, now that the Bulls have that play-in spot locked in, right, play-off spot locked in, that they're going to avoid the play-in, now that that's locked in, we may see some more rest. We may see a sudden announcement that DeMar is going to get rest tonight. We may see some things like that. We may see Ellis Caruso even shut down. The Bulls right now, they don't control their own playoff lives, right? So yes, while I want to and many fans want to see them get as many wins as possible, which we should, right? We're fans of this team, but it's not necessarily guaranteed. Right now, the injury report, Javonte Green is listed as questionable with a quad contusion. Zach LaVine is listed as probable as well. Derrick Jones Jr. is also listed as probable with left knee soreness, and Matt Thomas with the right leg contusion is also listed as probable. So we'll see, right? That's a lot of players to be listed, but it is what it is at this point. The Bulls need to come out and give every effort that they possibly can. What do you think? Do you think the Bulls give DeMar or Zach some more rest down the stretch? Do you expect to see DeMar get a little bit of rest here and there for maintenance between now and the playoffs? Do you think that they rest players by that last game against Minnesota? If everything's shored up in the East by then, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if they do give either DeMar or Zach some more rest in one of those games. But really, when it comes down to it, that's it. That's where we sit with the Chicago Bulls team. We got Boston coming in tonight. You guys know that means we're getting a pregame, a halftime hangout, and a postgame live stream. We should be able to do all three today for tonight's game. So that should be fun. But that's it for me for today, guys. See red, don't be red. Yeah, follow the podcast at Bull Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullcentralpod@gmail.com. If you want to leave a text or a voicemail, you can do so at 773-270-2799. Like I like to end everything on, go Bulls. Love you guys. Peace.